Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Operation Abrams, I guess you would call it the end. I made a mistake at the end of the U.S. turn when I did the variable end die roll. This is what came up, 00 and 1. And I said, this is 101. Well, that's not correct. These two D10s are representing a D100. So there can't possibly be a die result that is greater than 100. Where my mistake was, if I had rolled all zeros, that would have been a roll of 100. But instead, since I rolled a 00 on the tens die and a 1 on the single die, this is actually a roll of 1. So the game ended. I have, just see it a little better there. I have tallied strategic objectives and victory points. Warsaw Pact, in the end, scored 2 victory points for holding Turkey. The Soviets scored 2 points for holding Angola. See, was it for? Yeah, 2 points for holding Angola, a land zone worth at least 1 IPP in Africa, and then 1 point for Tehran, giving them a total of 3. Well, then Warsaw Pact had a minus 1.5 deduction for the 3 mobile IRBMs that were destroyed at half a point each. The Soviets had 1 point of deduction for 4 Allied bases that were either destroyed or enemy possessed. That would have been airbase and shipyard on Cuba, the major airbase in East Germany, and the major airbase in West Czechoslovakia. So they totaled 5 minus 2.5 gave them a final total of 2.5. NATO scored all 8 of their victory points. They got 4 for possessing at least 2 Warsaw Pact home country land zones, and then they got 4 more for Warsaw Pact's base income being less than 17. So they scored maximum. The Americans got 4 points. They got 2 for Monroe Doctrine, and then they got 2 more for completing their technologies. Then the Americans had a deduction of 1/4 of a point because the Allied base at Marmara was enemy possessed. So that gave NATO Alliance a final score of 11 3/4 to Warsaw Pact Alliance's 2.5. I would call this, we got a 9 1/4 point spread. I'd call this a decisive victory. So there it is. That's the end of Operation Abrams with a NATO Alliance victory. Haven't seen one of those in quite a while. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.